So how do you deal with the fear of public speaking? The anxiety around public speaking is to be focused on your message, to stop the judgment of what others may think about you and notice what is it that you're thinking about you, and how much compassion and self-forgiveness you have for yourself if you did make a mistake, and how much preparation you can afford to put in, and to accept that you're not perfect. Most of us fear public speaking because we're afraid of the judgment. We're afraid about what other people may say and how it impacts our reputation, our credibility, or our ability to influence others. We're afraid that we're going to let people down. And I believe it's because individually we can't handle our own errors and we don't forgive ourselves. We don't have enough space to say it's okay to make an error because I know how to handle it. Vulnerability is really important in leadership, and in order to communicate, you've got to stay vulnerable and open to learning and having the approach to and the language to say, well, I can get back to you, or perhaps I can reword this, or this is something I missed that I can add, either with a follow-up email, or perhaps even doing a video and sending it out to everybody and communicating something you may have missed, or having another, say, part 2 to your presentation. Whatever it is that you can do, you can always rectify, but you've got to believe that you can do that. You've got to give yourself that space. And a lot of the times the anxiety we have is because we can't handle individually in our own minds or in our own hearts the possibility of error. So I would recommend that in order to deal with public speaking anxiety or fear, is to make sure that you look at that inner judgment of yourself, and instead of thinking that other people are going to judge you, maybe you're judging yourself. And what can you do to give yourself enough room for error or for correction or for rewording things or for coming back with another answer if you were to make a mistake. But most of the time, if you prepare well, and particularly if you're a beginner, you may do a video of yourself and get some feedback and ask people exactly what it is that they're wanting to know. Do a bit of research on what the market really wants to know or what the audience wants to know, and even speaking to some key people and checking in with them before you do your presentation. If you do all that preparation and then you step out, you'll always be vulnerable. You step out and you kind of like sow the seeds and see what happens. And then allow for that room of error, or it's maybe not an error at all, but allow for that room for correction or for improving what it is that you do by allowing yourself to be okay with it. And so instead of worrying about what other people think about you, why don't you think about what you think of you if you made a mistake or if you thought you could do better? So anxiety is usually the possibility that something could go wrong, and will I be able to handle it? So ask yourself, will you be able to handle it? Have you got the capacity to accept vulnerability and to accept that things may need to be different? Maybe not the whole thing, but something.
Thank you for listening to this recording. I hope it has helped you. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.